You're in a job interview for your dream position. The interviewer asks, "What's your greatest weakness?" Do you play it safe with something like, "I'm too much of a perfectionist"? Or do you get real and say, "I've struggled with feeling like I'm not enough, but I've learned to push through"? This isn't just about the job, it's about how you live your life. Do you hide your flaws, or do you own them? Facing your shadow self, the parts you hide, could be the key to personal growth and authenticity. What if the key to peace and fulfillment isn't in rejecting these hidden parts, but in embracing them? What if the very darkness you avoid holds the light you seek? We all carry a shadow self, those hidden corners of fear, shame, and insecurity we'd rather not face. But what if these aren't just burdens to bury? What if they're the raw material for discovering who we truly are? The unconscious parts we repress, our anger, our doubts, even our untapped strengths. Everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. Ever lashed out over something trivial and wondered why? Maybe you've held back from a goal because a quiet voice insists you'll fail, or that success might expose you. That's your shadow whispering. Look at history. Martin Luther King Jr. turned his anger into a force for justice. Frida Kahlo transformed her suffering into art that still moves us. Their shadows didn't define them. They became fuel for their legacies. Ignoring your shadow doesn't make it vanish. It grows heavier. It creeps into your life as self-sabotage. Like skipping a chance at something big because you secretly feel unworthy. It strains relationships. Ever noticed how the traits that irritate you in others often mirror what you dislike in yourself? That's projection. A psychological habit of offloading our inner struggles onto the world. A 2021 study in the Personality and Social Psychology Review showed that bottling up negative emotions spikes stress and burnout. Spiritually, it's a deeper wound. It's like living half alive, cut off from your full self. How can you step into your potential if you're dodging the parts that make you human? The shadow isn't just a problem. It's a signal, begging for attention. Think about it. Have you ever snapped at someone in a moment of anger and immediately thought, "That's not me"? Where did that come from? Or maybe you've avoided pursuing a dream because deep down you fear failure, or worse, you fear success. That's your shadow self speaking. And spiritually, ignoring the shadow creates a fragmented sense of self. You become disconnected from your wholeness. Like trying to play a symphony while silencing half the instruments. How can you truly grow if you're unwilling to see the full spectrum of who you are? The ancient mystics understood the importance of embracing the shadow long before modern psychology gave it a name. The Sufi mystic Rumi wrote, "Don't be satisfied with stories, how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth. To unfold your myth means to face the dark chapters as well as the light. In the Taoist tradition, this duality is represented by the yin-yang symbol, light and dark intertwined, each containing a seed of the other. The message is clear. Wholeness comes not from choosing one side, but from balancing both. In Christianity, Jesus' 40 days in the wilderness can be seen as a confrontation with his own shadow temptation, doubt, and fear. Emerging from that confrontation, he found clarity and purpose. Similarly, in Hindu philosophy, the goddess Kali represents both destruction and creation, reminding us that transformation often requires facing the chaos within. Even neuroscience echoes these spiritual truths. Research from the University of Pittsburgh has shown that self-awareness, particularly of our darker emotions, strengthens neural pathways in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for decision making and emotional regulation. In other words, facing your shadow doesn't just lead to spiritual growth. It rewires your brain for resilience and clarity. The gold is in the shadow. The very things we fear facing, our anger, our guilt, our insecurities, hold the lessons and strengths we need to become whole. Anger, when understood, can become a force for justice. Fear, when embraced, can transform into wisdom. Shame, when brought to light, can teach us compassion. It's not about erasing these pieces. It's about mining them for wisdom. The shadow isn't your enemy. It's your teacher, if you're willing to listen. So, how do you begin this process of embracing your shadow self? Spend time journaling about moments when you felt triggered, when someone or something caused a strong emotional reaction in you. Ask yourself, what does this situation reveal about me? What part of myself am I avoiding? This is the first step to uncovering your shadow. You have to spot the triggers. So you should try to teach yourself to look at it this way. Remember, the shadow isn't evil. It's simply unexamined. When you uncover something painful or uncomfortable about yourself, resist the urge to judge. Instead, practice compassion. As the Buddhist teacher Thich Nhat Hanh said, compassion is a verb. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend. Seek integration, not perfection. Shadow work isn't about fixing yourself. It's about becoming whole. Try visualizing your shadow self as a younger version of you, a part of you that needs understanding and love. Meditation or guided visualization exercises can help you meet and integrate this part of yourself. Integration takes time, but each small step brings you closer to authenticity and inner peace. Embracing your shadow self is one of the hardest, yet most rewarding journeys you'll ever take. It requires courage to face what you've avoided, humility to accept what you find, and wisdom to integrate it into your life. The poet David Whyte wrote, "Anything or anyone that does not bring you alive is too small for you. Your shadow, though daunting, is part of what makes you alive. It's the fire that fuels your growth, the darkness that makes your light shine brighter. So tonight, as you reflect on your day, ask yourself, what part of me did I overlook today? What part of me is asking to be seen, not as a flaw, but as a teacher? The journey to wholeness isn't about erasing your darkness. It's about weaving it into the tapestry of your being.